Okay. Nice. We're good. I didn't even check my audio. I'm like, oh, I hope it's all right. Good morning. Today is Sunday, August 10th, 2025. We're going to play puzzles, but I'm going to sit over here because you guys are like pushed that way. Hold on. If I move myself there, that kind of cuts the top of my head off. There we go. That feels a little better. All right. Good. We had a couple of fun days the last little bit. Yesterday, I told you yesterday that I dropped my son off to a cross-country meet. Well, after my live stream, we went to said cross-country meet, and it was a blast. It was his very first one, right? He's an incoming freshman. He hasn't even come to high school yet, but they have him in a heat where he's running against 100 other boys running around a park that. The map of it makes like a 3-mile, loop, and the loop kind of circles back around the park. So we ended up seeing him, cross back and then cross back and cross back, like, I don't know, probably 5 times on these switchbacks. And it was so fun to see, all of these parents cheering on their kids and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, we were cheering him on. And I don't know if you know this, but my favorite store ever is Harbor Freight. It's my favorite place to go. And last time I was there, a couple times ago, I guess, they had these, like, actual cow bells, like a bell that you would put on a cow, right? And when I saw it, I thought, oh, my gosh, I could use that for my drum set, right? It's very common for a drummer to have a cowbell. And so I bought it. And then I realized it had like one of those dangly jingle things that makes the cowbell sound. And I was like, well, I'll just take that off before I put it on my drum set. Well, I haven't done that yet. And then here comes time for this cross country meet, and I went, hold on, I could put a cowbell. I could use that cowbell because it's still good, and because it has the dangly jingle part on it. So here we are at this meet, and oh my gosh! Every time my son ran by, of course we're filming him because it's his first time doing cross country and whatever. And I see him, and I start shaking this cowbell, and he looks over at us. And he realized it was us and starts smiling and then waves as he runs by. I'm like, you're so cute. Why would, I didn't expect him to wave. That was the part that got me, because he wasn't just like, okay, I'm in the zone, I'm going to run. He was like, oh, my family's here. It was great. It was awesome. And then, he's not in it to get first place. He's in it for the social aspect, and eventually he'll get better and better, right? He was not the last kid in line, He wasn't last place by any means. He was right in the middle of the pack. He did great. He kept up. He kept pace, and he's got the endurance for it. So I was real proud of him. And afterwards, he promptly zonked on the couch, right? He just fell asleep for a couple hours. And then we went to go visit my mom, and remember this last week, my 2 uncles have been there to visit. Well, one of them has already left. He had a flight, or did he drive? I think he flew. His flight has already come and gone. But my other uncle is leaving. Actually, he left before I woke up. So he's in the air right now, I guess. But we got to see him one last time. And he's just such a funny character. We were all ready to go home, right? And then the conversation got good again. When you're at a party and you're like, okay, maybe let's step out. But then something gets good, and you're like, all right, I'll stay for a little while longer. We started telling stories, and they weren't even really funny stories. We were just so like, what's the word? Like punch drunk, I guess. Like you're just loopy. You're feeling loopy. Because you're so tired, and we were laughing so hard for like an hour. Like everyone was ready to just roll over and pee their pants. They were laughing so hard. It was so funny. Highly recommend a late night party conversation that causes your insides to want to come out. You're laughing so hard. Everyone's sides were hurting and crying, laughing. Oh my gosh. It was the perfect like send off for his going home. It was awesome. I loved it. Oh, cool. Callie, good morning. Good morning. Callie's in the chat. If you guys want to chat in, feel free. We're here for you. Callie says, good morning. Today's connections made me think of our friend. Oh, with the orange emoji. Okay. So for some reason, this is reminding you of Aranja. Let's see why. All right. Pulp. Oh, pulp. Yeah, pulp for oranges. I love a good pulpy orange juice. Biopic, right? Like a movie that's a biography. Fan. Calcium. Pull. Concentrate. Science. Group. Historical. Juice. Collect. Chemise. Chamois. Chemise. I don't know. We'll go chemise. Chemise. Sway. Triglyceride. Weight. And cluster. Okay. So I wonder if this... okay. I guess. I wonder if it's a red herring. And if it's a red herring, then shame on me for seeing that, But calcium, pulp, juice, and concentrate. Okay, would those be a red herring? I'm trying to see if they'd be a red herring before I click this. I mean, triglyceride and calcium, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so the Aranja hint was a total red herring. All right, so that means maybe they all fit into one each categories. Okay, so I see another one. I see pulp fiction, fan fiction, historical fiction, and then, hey, Amika, how you doing? Yeah, I fell right into the trap, huh? Pulp fiction, fan fiction, historical fiction, and collect science fiction, of course. You totally weren't trying to trick me. No way. Of course not. Oh, that's the blue category. How funny. My thought was, okay, if all the orange things are a red herring, then each of them fall into a different category. So what else is there besides pulp of an orange? Well, pulp fiction. So then I saw fan fiction, right? Yeah. So what's juice then? Juice. So Amika, what do you think juice goes with then? The pull of something, the sway. To collect, to pull, to collect. Triglyceride. You worry about your weight. You worry about your triglycerides. You worry about your calcium. I don't know. What does chemise mean? Chemise sounds like a... collect. I'm stuck on that one. I feel like those go together, right? It's like things that a weightlifter worries about, or I don't know. As you get older, you worry about your calcium, your triglycerides, your weight. You worry about your pull with others. I don't know. To pull, to sway someone. Oh, maybe to cluster. Oh, and to concentrate. Wait a minute. To pull, to collect. Yeah. To concentrate, to cluster. To bring in closer. What? You're kidding me. You're kidding me. It's one away? Oh, crud. It could be any of those. So concentrate is probably in it because, you know, usually with a red herring, you've got one from each category. Concentrate, to collect, to cluster, and to pull in. Ah, crud. Okay, well, maybe it's sway, but I don't know which ones to replace it with. Oh, to group. Oh, crud. To group, to cluster, to collect, and to concentrate. Oh, thank goodness. To amass. Okay, well, then that leaves yellow and purple. Yellow is the most straightforward, and purple is the trickiest. Okay. Dang it. Calcium triglyceride. Weight. Why is biopic? Isn't that like a... Am I thinking of that wrong? Chemise. It's one away. One of these words goes with that. Okay, so someone has sway, they have pull, they have juice, I guess, and it has weight to it. To influence. Okay, I take issue with having those two categories right next to each other on the same day. To amass, right? You're amassing followers. And an influencer has pull to followers, right? I don't know. I'm not feeling that one. Starting with math and science classes for short. Biopic, right? Biology. Oh my gosh. Calcium. Chemise for chemistry, chem. And then trig for triglycerides. Sorry, my printer is right here. You can probably hear my printer singing in the song of its people right here. My wife's printing something. Yellow is influence, the noun, not the verb. To have influence, to have juice, to have pull, to have sway, to have weight. Yeah, no, I get that. It's the noun. Maybe not to influence, but it is having influence. You got gusto, kid. Yeah. All right, kinds of fiction, fan fiction, historical fiction, pulp fiction. Now, I know the movie Pulp Fiction, but what is the style of, is it like a writing style, Pulp Fiction? You know, like science fiction, right? You write about, you know, sci-fi, you know, there's fantasy fiction, fanfic, right? You write about something you really like, and then, I don't know, but we'll look it up later maybe. Pulp Fiction. Unless you guys know, tell me in the chat, what does pulp fiction mean? I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about, like, is there like a genre of writing called pulp fiction? Because I know the John Travolta, you know, we know that movie. We're well aware of the movie. To amass is to cluster, to collect, to concentrate, and to group. If you have power and influence, you have juice, you have pull, you have sway, and you have weight. I'm very glad that I took weight out of that purple category because I thought it had to do with, like, I don't know, the things a weightlifter worries about. You know, but then seemingly as we get to it, it's like these words have nothing to do with each other. Biopic, calcium, chemise, and triglyceride. But the prefix of each of those totally gives it away now that I know what the category is. Starting with math and science classes for short. You're going to take a bio class, right? Biography. Calc for calcium. Chem, right? You're going to take chem class, chemistry, and then trig. I did take trigonometry as a kid. My daughter is kind of reviewing some trigonometry right now. It's kind of, even though I took the class, it is kind of going over my head. I'm like, oh, I don't remember this stuff. Oh, it's funny. It's a genre of racy, action-based stories, first published on cheap magazine papers. Pulp fiction. Oh, cool. Thanks for knowing that or looking that up. I appreciate that, because I was not fully sure what that meant. Trig is useless in adulthood. Yeah, actually, my daughter was just barely telling me. I think it was freshman year or sophomore year. Her math teacher would get so riled up, and like the kids knew that she would get riled up. But the hot button question was, when are we ever going to use this? Now, I appreciate that question, because I have a good answer for it, right? I teach photography. I'm like, you're using it right now. You have a camera in your pocket. You know, when are we ever going to use this? I hope that you use this. I hope on a daily basis you use the things that we talk about in video production, right? You can build a viral YouTube channel with what I teach you in storytelling in video production or pre-production or post-production, right? Editing videos. We use it on a daily basis, but the hot button topic that, it would get her riled up every time was asking this math teacher, when are we ever going to use this? Because she legitimately did not have an answer. And instead of like, she kind of Streisand affected by saying, by either ignoring the question or getting flustered about it, instead of saying, well, this is a really niche topic that, only if you're a mathematician, you're going to need to know this, right? Or angles of circles or something. You're probably not ever going to need this, but, if you, whatever, like, you come up with something, I don't know. Use it to get into a good college. Yeah, there you go. Math, you're going to use it to get into a good college. With my classes, I love that you can say, you're going to use this today, right? You're going to walk out of this class and take a picture of your friend and need to know this, right? Very rarely do I get that question, because I think it's pretty apparent in my classes. My classes, the kids know, holy cow, this is really beneficial stuff that I need to know throughout my life. So I think it's helpful. All right, let's dive in. Let's play the mini. In the mini crossword today, try to tag. If you're playing tag and you just miss somebody, try to tag. I don't know. Maybe swipe. Right? You swipe at somebody. I don't know. Fictional sports icon with a statue by the Philadelphia Museum of Art. Oh, I do know this, actually. This is Rocky. Rocky Balboa. Loosen as laces. Loosen as laces. You're going to untie. Maybe? Untie. Trigger for a werewolf's transformation is the moon. We're looking at, we were driving home yesterday, actually pretty late from that fun get together with my uncle that we haven't seen in a long time. And he's leaving tomorrow, so I'm so glad we got to have this fun reunion with him. I don't think swipe is correct, but we were driving home and the moon is just enormous right now, right? It's like full moon, not only a full moon, but like a very large moon. I don't know. Is it just me or is the moon getting bigger lately? Okay. So it's freezing. Brr. Table tidbit. Oh, a crumb. Yeah. Oh, these are going to line up. Okay, great. Pay homage to pay homage to honor. Driver, Cooper, or Butler. Those are actors. Adam Driver. I don't know the other two. Poisonous part of a poison dart frog. Oh, is there skin? Yeah, you don't want to touch one of those. And then needle opening. Oh, I had that one already. Nice. Sorry about the the printer next to me singing the song of its people. My wife is printing something. All right. Well, good. That's a good thing. We did it in just over 2 minutes. This new orientation. Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have scrolled that. That was my bad. There. Now it looks good. Should have told me to scroll. Let's see. Yeah. We were talking about trigonometry. Try to tag, to chase. Fictional sports icon with a statue by the Philadelphia Museum of Art, Rocky. So is it Sylvester Stallone's face? I haven't seen it. I hope so. I hope it's, he's jogging up and down those steps, and then, he's so excited getting to the top of the steps. Loosen as laces, to untie. I also heard a fun little tidbit about the Rocky movie when they were filming, and they're going through the street market, and somebody tossed him an apple, and he took a big bite of it. That was completely unscripted. That was just some random street vendor that, threw the apple in, and he took a bite of it, and, that made it to the final cut of the movie. And it was totally, out of nowhere, unscripted. Loosen as laces, untie. Trigger for a werewolf's transformation, the moon. Yeah, the moon was absolutely gorgeous last night. It's probably still going to be. My mom was also saying that depending on where you are in the world at night, these next couple nights, I think it's the 12th, so a couple days from now, we're going to see a giant meteor shower. So be on the lookout for that. If you're in a place where there's not a whole lot of light pollution, you might not be able to see it if you're in a big busy city. But if you're in a place where there's not going to be as much light, then you might be able to see, she said hundreds of meteors coming down. So that's pretty cool. If you are in a place where you can see that. If he caught the apple, used it for the movie. If he doesn't catch the apple, he sues the street vendor. Yeah, I know, right? That's such a high chance of failure. The street vendor throws an apple at him, and then suddenly he's he's got a black eye before the fight already because he got hit with an apple. Oh, it's so funny. I think it's cool that they filmed just right in the middle of the fray. Nowadays, when you film a movie, they clear the streets, and then there's police, on every corner, so you can't go into that block of the city. No, they just filmed, or with everybody around them. I think that was really cool. Oh, it's freezing. Brr. Table tidbit, a crumb. Pay homage to, or to pay homage to. Some people say homage. I think that sounds weird. Homage. To honor. Driver, Cooper, or Butler. Those are actors. Poisonous part of a poison dart frog is their skin. And the needle opening is the eye. You need to have a good eye to be able to fit that in there. I've seen tricks too, you have to slip it through something bigger and then slip the bigger thing through the eye. But sometimes those eyes are just really small. Cool. Good. All right, adding another day to our streak. What should we start with? I'm trying to think of what we start with here. I thought of a word like tease, but that has 2 E's in it, so I don't want to do that. I know one here. How about trash? Oh, it does have a T in it too. Oh, well, good on me for thinking tease then. Good on me then. I've already guessed the A. I was going to say plead or something. Here's one. Doing. D-O-I-N-G. Yeah, we can guess that. Okay, there's an I and there's an N. Nice. There's only 26 letters, right? Can we come up with a third one? I bet we can, but what? There's one. Bumpy. B-U-M-P-Y. Yeah, that works. No way. Another one that ends in a Y. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Why are they so common now? Why are they so common now? So many words in the last 2 months have ended in a Y. Is it just me, or am I like, I'm up in the night about this? I swear they've been using more Y at the end. All right, it does not begin with a T. It could begin with... Oh, here's one. How about minty? Nimpty. No, it doesn't start with a T. Let's try it. Nice. Awesome. Good. Yeah, I don't like to look at the chat during the Wordle because, what if somebody spouts out the answer and I don't... It's way more fun if I just struggle through it, I love that. They're running out of words to use, so they're grasping at straws recently with absurd words. Yeah. They're just up in the night making these words. It's funny. Yeah, so we started with trash. At first I wanted to start with tease, but tease has 2 E's, which would double a letter and would not be as efficient as a guess. So I tried trash, and then doing, which gave us an I-N, the I and the N, and they just so happen in the final puzzle in the word to be sequential like that. And then I tried bumpy, which... kind of surprised me, honestly. I always say, they wouldn't just take a 4-letter word and add an S, like bumps, right? They wouldn't just take bumps, because it's a 4-letter word with an S at the end. But don't put it past them to put a Y at the end, okay? If there's a 4-letter word that could also be a word if they had a Y at the end, yeah, they're using it. They're using it big time. Minty sounds like a deodorant. Minty sounds like the toothpaste I just used before I came down here. Minty. I can't do a live stream if I haven't brushed my teeth. I don't know why. I feel fresh. I feel invigorated, and I don't want to smell a gross. You know what I mean? I want to be fresh, so I always brush my teeth right before my live stream, and it was very minty. I feel very fresh and minty right now. Good. Yeah, don't put it past them, because they will. They'll make a 4-letter word and slap a Y on the end. It's happening. All right, good. So, Strand, let's add to our streak. A rip-roaring good time. If you've never played Strands before, think of it like a word search. We're trying to find words that are hidden in here, except they don't give you what the words are. You have to go find them. A rip-roaring good time. Was this at a carnival or rip-roaring? We did have a rip-roaring time last night. Oh my gosh, we were bursting at the seams laughing so hard with my uncle. He's on a plane right now headed home. But I'm so glad we got to see him and just crack up with him. I even got a little video of it. And he was laughing. We were laughing. We were telling stories. And some of the stories weren't even funny. Thinking back, it was this was kind of a terrifying story. And yet we were laughing the entire time. Oh, my goodness. Even my wife, who keeps her composure pretty well, she was just... just laughing inconsolably. It was great. So that was a rip-roaring good time last night. I see lots of INGs. ING. Over here, ING. ING. So I wonder if there's some ING words happening here. Oh, wait a minute. Hoedown. Oh, cool. I actually got invited to play a hoedown. Isn't that fun? So I got invited to play kind of country music right? Just like classic American music, some rock, some country, at a hoedown in a couple months. It's summertime right now, but once we get into fall, yeah, that's gonna be fun. A hoedown. How about like what are other words for that? Hootenanny. A sock hop. Oh, a luau. Oh, are these just names for parties? I was thinking like specifically, I don't know. What was I thinking? So these are different parties you might have. A luau, a hoedown. I see the word parties. I bet you this is the spangram. Parties. Shin. Dig. It wasn't ing, it was shindig. Blowout. What about flash mob? That's another one. Oh, I know what this is. Jamboree. And a wingding. Nice. That's funny. You don't use that word wingding in that context anymore. Wingding sounds like, the font wingdings, and you can put goofy little emoji-looking characters in your fonts. A wingding. That's funny. All right, these are different parties. A rip-roaring time. We had a rip-roaring time yesterday, and it wasn't even like a party. There was no music or dancing or anything. We just got together and kind of relived old memories and told stories. It was great. We had food involved too, and whenever there's food, man, you're gonna have a good time. Yeah, shindig, a luau, a hoedown, blowout, a jamboree, and a wingding. That's funny. Okay, and then I need to see if this looks good on your screen. Doesn't. It looks weird. There we go. That looks better. Didn't mean to right click. Sorry. Okay. Good. Try to solve in 4 words today. Solving in 4. So these should hopefully fit together really nicely. Hopefully. We got P, O, and L, B, C, T, H, K, and R, E, U, and I. Let's see. Solving in 4 words. We got P, R. Can't do CT at the end of a word. There's an I, but there's no NG for ING words. There's no S in the puzzle. Oh, boy. We have a CK. That's good. Oh, there's no A in the puzzle either. Oh, there's no A. Bricketh. Oh, there is ETH. We could technically do ETH words. Bricket. I mean, ricket is a word. Would it do ETH like biblical words? All right, I'm going to try it here. Putteth. Okay, maybe it doesn't like biblical words. All right. My initial thought was ETH at the end of a word, but it doesn't like that. It does not like that. blurt out. That's two different words. I keep thinking of that ETH, blurteth. I can't do PO words, like political or something. Politic. All right, well, we can start with blurt. That's all right. Oh, there's no A. I was going to say, like, typical. Or tip count. There's no N. Tip jar. Tip. Approach. All right, blurt and tip are good words. Should I write them down? Maybe I'll write them down. How about brute? Brute. Elch. How about echo? Oil. I gotta be careful here. I have to solve it in 4 words. I'm already on my 3rd word here. Oil kip, not a word. Okay, brute and echo are good words. I'm gonna write those down. Echo. Oh, if only there was an A, we could say preach. Preacher. There's no D for prelude. Prelude. There's no D. I keep thinking of prelude or elude. Elope. LO can't work. I think pyrite. Pyrite has a Y in it. And if I had an A, I could say pirate. Pirate. Do you guys see anything that could work here? Shout it out if you see something, and then just say it in the chat. I love playing this puzzle together. The Wordle I love struggling through alone, but the chat, kind of blows up sometimes for the letterbox, helping me out with this. So if you see something, shout it out. I need help. How about broiler? That's a good word. Broiler. What do I have so far? I have broiler, blurt, tip, brute, and echo as potential words. P-U-R-C-H. See, there's no A. I could say like purchase or something. Oh, rupture. Oh, I'm spelling it wrong. T-U-R-E. There we go. Rupture. Broiler, rupture. And then we could play echo. And then one last word, and we need to use the K. Orc. If there was an S, we could say obelisk. That's a decent word. Echo. All right, I'm going to write down these words in case we need to erase them, because these are really great words. Broiler. Rupture. And then echo. The problem is that K. Cob? Cob? K-O-B? Is that a word? I swear, if this is not a word. What? K-O-B. Cob is a word? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, then let's do the rest that I came up with. Broiler. What is cob? An antelope? A cob is an antelope? And then what do we say? Rupture. R-U-P-T-U-R-E. Rupture. And then we play that word echo. E-C-H-O. Echo. There we go. All 4 words used up, and that's okay. We're all right with that. We are okay with that. Oops, I keep right-clicking today. What's that? Oh, how did they solve it yesterday? Let's see. Skyjacking. Skyjacking and glow. What on earth does skyjacking mean? Like a carjacking, but you like take over an airplane? Skyjacking? I've never heard of that. That's crazy. All right, well, we're going to recap our puzzles. We played the connections, we played the mini crossword, we played the Wordle, the Strands, and the letterboxed. And if you want to see more of this come up into your YouTube feed, then give it a like and consider subscribing. Liking helps me, and subscribing helps you, because then it comes into your feed and you get to see me do this every day. On the weekends, I do it early in the morning. And then on the weekdays, I do this as soon as I can after I come home from school. I already wake up ridiculously early to get to school to teach. I can't imagine waking up, an hour earlier than I already do. Oh, I need my sleep, my beauty rest. All right. So kinds of fiction. Fan fiction, right? Somebody writes a fanfic. Historical fiction, right, is based on factual events. Pulp Fiction, remind me. Pulp Fiction is a genre, racy, action-based stories. I mean, which fits the movie Pulp Fiction just perfectly. First published on cheap magazine papers, hence pulp fiction, right? Paper pulp. Interesting. And then science fiction. Love that. I love a good sci-fi story. Whether it's a movie, a book, doesn't really matter. I love a dystopian science fiction future story. I just love it. I love reading. I love books in general. And I actually didn't like reading until after I graduated from high school. I can actually pinpoint the moment that things changed for me. It's when I got glasses. I absolutely hated reading, and I didn't find out until I got glasses that I just simply couldn't see. It hurt to read, right? I'm staring at words that are just slightly blurry, and I'm trying to make sharp edges out of them, and I did not enjoy that as a child. Even into high school, I really didn't love reading. And now, for the last, 20 years, I've had glasses. I really, really enjoy reading. I love it. More than 20 years, actually, that I've worn glasses. And it's sort of become my look. I've never worn contacts. The idea of touching my eye sounds really weird. So I've never considered putting in contacts before. But I have, I've just worn glasses all day, every day for, 20 plus years. And I love reading now that I can actually see the words. I've helped my kids grow, foster a love of reading, and oh my gosh, just any kind of genre, I just absolutely love it. So thanks to glasses, I actually enjoy reading now. To amass, to cluster, to collect, to group, and to concentrate. And then I saw that as like influence, right? Influencing followers, amassing followers, right? So to pull people in, to cluster them, to sway, to group, to collect. Can you see how all of those kind of go together? We're drawing people in. So sway, influence. Well said. This is not the verb to influence. This is just having influence, right? You've got juice. You've got pull. You've got sway, you've got weight, you've got clout. You've got massive karma points. All right, starting with math and science classes for short. Biopic, right? Biology. Calcium, calculus class. Chemise for chem, right? Chemistry class. And then triglyceride for trig. Yeah, trig. When are you going to use that? You're not. You're not. Yeah, we've got a math teacher that every time she gets asked that question, she gets really heated. And, people know it. It's kind of a Streisand effect at this point. People know. I feel bad for her, because she really doesn't have an answer. And I'm like, well, I bet you could. If you want to get into college, you got to do this, that kind of thing. But she chooses to get kind of heated about it. All right, looking at the mini crossword that we did in 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Not that the time matters. It's just fun to do. Try to tag. You chase, right? Chasing somebody in tag. What did I say at first? Like swipe or something? No, it's not swipe. Fictional sports icon with a statue in the by the Philadelphia Museum of Art. It is not inside. It's on those. I think it's on those steps, isn't it? The famous steps in Philadelphia. Rocky Balboa. To loosen as laces, to untie. Trigger for a werewolf's transformation, the moon. The moon's absolutely gigantic. Go look at the moon tonight. It's huge. It's huge where I am, at least. It's freezing. Brr. Table tidbit, a crumb. Pay homage to honor. Driver, Cooper, or butler. An actor. Poisonous part of a poison dart frog is their skin. Don't touch one of those. There's a reason that, poisonous squid have rings on their tentacles, and poison dart frogs are brightly colored. You don't want to touch them. That's a warning to you. Don't touch me. And then the needle opening is the I. Thread the needle. Okay, next one. In the Wordle, we tried 3 non-intersecting words, and lucky us, we got all 5 letters doing that. We got T from trash, and then a non-intersecting word, doing, gave us the N and the I, and then bumpy, lucky, gave us the M and the Y, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they're running out of words, and they just slap a Y to the end of a lot of words lately. So they take 4-letter words and put a Y on the end. They will not just put a 4-letter word and then slap an S on the end, right, to make it plural. But they will absolutely turn it into like an adjective, right? Mint, minty. How minty is it? I was lucky to get all 5 letters like that. All right, and then in the Strands puzzle today's theme was a rip-roaring good time. And yes, yesterday we had a rip-roaring good time. We were laughing our little piggies off. Oh my gosh, we were laughing so hard last night, telling stories, and just we were with my uncle that we haven't seen in a long time, and just left while before we woke up to fly home. But we stayed up probably later than we should. He's probably zonked out. He's asleep on the plane, I'm sure. But we were, oh my goodness, laughing so hard. We were just like rolling on the floor. It was great. But we did have a good time partying with him. There's no dancing or music or anything, but we just to be together with someone you haven't seen in a long time and you just really, really miss. Feels good. There we go. I'm going to fix this one so that I can put it a little bit lower. I don't know. I'll fix that. So I want to be able to see this one well. All right, so a rip-roaring good time, a shindig, a hoedown, a luau. I got invited to play a hoedown, like a country music party. We're going to have live music. It's going to be cool. A blowout, a jamboree, a wing-ding. Love that. Okay. And then we polished it off today with the letterboxed. We started with cob. What did cob mean? It's a type of antelope, apparently. I'm not great with K words. Like, when it comes down, I have to start with a K. Sometimes I have a hard time thinking of what to start the K words with. Cob, broiler, rupture, the R it led to rupture, and then E for echo to finish off all those letters. Nice. Well, good. If you liked what you see today, give it a like. Consider subscribing because we do this every day. I hope you enjoyed and enjoy future ones too. Now that school is starting, we're kind of in full swing of teacher meetings, and now kids are coming back to school on Wednesday. It's so soon. But I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will catch you on the next one. See you guys.